Yo, yo, yo. What's up, chat? What's going on, guys? Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. Hope everybody's doing well, man. Yeah, Divinity Day with Pinky. So, that should be the rest of the week for us. Yep. After we do the news here, video gaming news for today, April 11th. So we'll do the news and then we'll just we'll be rocking out in some Divinity all day. Cool. I don't know, man. Hope you guys are doing well. That's the jam. That's what we got going on, and let's go ahead and hop into it. This is what we're listening to this morning, by the way. Crypt of the Necro Dancer jams. If you're not familiar, it's a rhythm-based adventure RPG-esque type game. Very well known for being a great rhythm-based game, and it's got a very extensive soundtrack. So if you're interested, sounds like your kind of game, and you're enjoying the music even, then go check out maybe the game and the soundtrack. Cool. Get into it. See what we got. What is this? What is this? Playing free interactive Redfall game could win you a custom Xbox Series X from Bethesda, huh? Okay. See what else we got. Let's kill that stuff real quick. Fantastic. There we go. Another 10-year contract agreement between Microsoft and another company. This is all having to do with the Activision Blizzard acquisition. So we'll see what that's about now. Does look like that acquisition's getting closer and closer to completion, though. So it's going to happen sometime pretty soon, I think. Xbox Game Showcase. Looks like we might have some details about the Starfield Direct. We know that's going to happen right around, they said June, right? Right around the June showcases, and then the September release, yeah. So we'll take a peek and see if we have any new details in that. We've already hit on the Amazon Prime gaming April content. I'm not going to hit on it. Just know that if you haven't already been informed through our channel here or some other source, there are plenty of free games and free in-game content through Amazon Prime Gaming. So if you don't have Prime, then there are ways to get free trials of it. You just got to do your research, okay? Yo, Mamzelle, what's up? How you doing? Looks like there's a selling some gaming content stuff. We'll see where you can get maybe some sales on some stuff and in what regions. I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for asking. I'm glad you are too. QuakeCon's coming back. Take a peek at that. Let's check our other search out here. Patent expert calls Sony childish and unprofessional. Unprofessional for what? Calling rivals inferior in patent applications. Wow. Wow. The company has been doing it for more than a decade, he claims. Wow. Okay. That's like the same thing as you having to tell people that you're smart. You know what I mean? Have you ever met somebody that has to tell you over and over that they're smart, or that, like, you know what I mean? They know more than you. Like, they need to tell you that, you know? And you know why that is? Because usually that's not the case. That's like the same exact situation. Like, they need to put it in their patent that other companies are inferior. Why don't you let the consumer be the judge of that? You know what I mean? If you need to put that in your products, then you're probably just projecting off the fact that that's not actually the case. We'll read about it. I love that they're getting ousted by somebody that's been in that you know that department for patents. That's funny. Series X users can finally play a popular horror game. We'll see what that is and where they can grab it. Is Sony aloof and arrogant about the PS5? Mm, I think I think PlayStation is. I've said this for a while. I don't. I think that they are aloof. I think that they are um, unwilling to adapt to the changes that are going on in the gaming industry. I think that Sony has always just been, and let's be, fair. I've talked about this a lot. Nintendo is a competitor, but Nintendo's kind of in their own bubble. It's hard to have a show a direct competition between what Xbox and PlayStation are and what Nintendo is. Yeah, they're all console players, but Nintendo's something different too. PlayStation and Xbox compete directly in almost everything. And PlayStation forever really has just been able to sit on top of Xbox, and has sold double the hardware and things of that nature. They haven't needed to ever be anything different. They've been the more popular brand. They've sold more proprietary software. They've sold double the hardware almost every single you know console they've ever come out with, and so they've never, I guess, never felt the pressure to evolve into a different type of console company than what they ever have been. So you see Xbox has really changed, not just from, I mean, they've really turned Xbox into an entire part of what Microsoft is as far as gaming, right? So it's cloud gaming, it's a subscription service, it's all kinds of different things, and it's not just about the console. It's about gaming as a whole, and Sony doesn't want things to change. That's where a big part of this whole Activision Blizzard thing comes in, because the whole time Sony's been trying to go, well, this is anti-competitive, and it I think really what it does is it scares Sony so bad, because it scares, they know that if the acquisition goes through, PlayStation is going to have to, it's going to put them on their heels, is what it's going to do, because it's going to put Xbox on more of a level playing field, I think, with Sony than it ever has. And so Sony's going to have to turn into a more creative console player than they've ever had to be before. And so, yeah, I think they've been aloof for a long time. They just do what they've always done, and they don't want things to change. I don't think they've ever thought that things would have to change until now. GameStop's holding a massive buy two get one free sale. This might be the thing we already saw here. Yeah, I think these are both. Yeah, they're both GameStop. It's cool. We'll only look at one of those. Resident Evil Village removes controversial feature on PC. We'll take a look at what that is. Gamescom opening night live gets a date. June 8th, maybe? Oh, Gamescom, my bad. Yeah, that's the one that kicks off in August, yeah. So August 22nd. August 22nd. We'll take a read at it, though. Persona 3 remake and new Jet Set Radio video reportedly leaked online. Yeah, we kind of hit a little bit on this yesterday. Not with the Jet Set Radio stuff, but with the Persona 3 stuff we did. So we'll take a peek and see if there's at least a little bit of some new info in there with the Jet Set stuff. What? Crazy, dude. We read about this last week. We read about the Ada Wong stuff. Basically, Ada Wong was being harassed online. Yo, Kayla, what's up? How are you? Happy Tuesday. Ada Wong was being harassed online through social media and things like that. Basically, because there were people that thought that her voice acting performance was not up to their standards of what needed to be done for Resident Evil 4. And I spoke on this, and all I'm going to say is that I'm willing to bet that all those people talking trash could not have done remotely close to as good of a job that Ada probably did. And even if they did have an issue, they needed to take it to the developer, not the actor or actress themselves. There's so many people that are just like why how do you have the time to like nitpick on something like this and go harass somebody online? Like, if you've got a significant issue about a game, you know what I mean, take it to the developer. Don't be attacking their take it to the business, the developer business. Don't be attacking and harassing independent, single developers, individual developers from that agency. Or don't don't be attacking the flipping voice actors or whatever. The developer themselves are the ones that made the decision to hire Ada Wong to do the voice acting for that game. They're the ones that said, yeah, she did a good job. We're going to put her voice acting lines in this game. It was their decision. If you've got an issue with it, let Capcom know. Don't be an asshole and, you know what I mean, just try to stir the pot and everything by going and attacking Ada Wong. You know what I mean? When I am willing to bet that these people that are actually criticizing her through her social media could not have done even half as good of a job as she could have. So people just need to shut up and go actually worry about taking care of their own lives instead of, harassing somebody online for a voice acting role in a video game. Random time. Nice try, Kayla and Mamzelle. What'd you say? Just working? Yeah. The grind, baby. The grind. GameCube rumor leaks what? Remaster a popular RPG. We'll take a look at what that is. Tears of the Kingdom pre-order exclusive items sell out instantly. How many of these do you think got bought out by scalpers? I mean, that's the big question. There's not really normally any kind of, I mean, it's not a surprise these sold out instantly, right? The big question really anymore is like, how many of these were actually items that legitimate fans were able to get a hold of, and how many of them were actually just scalpers that got mass quantities of these purchased and are now going to resell them at double to triple the cost of whatever they bought them for originally. This is the terrible thing that we deal with all the time. Fans of things like this and whatever space that you're a fan of stuff, limited edition things are just it's terrible, man. It sucks. You can't hardly get anything at cost anymore when it's a limited edition anything, because it just gets scalped and they've got bots set up to just totally buy out stock before you can even get a purchase done. It's incredibly mauling for people. You know what, Kayla? I absolutely agree. I hate group messaging. Dude, I don't even really normally really care to be like in group messaging with like between family members and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I hate it because it's like I might be involved in like one or two texts, and then like they'll just keep going, and I just getting blown up by it and stuff, and it's like, Jesus, could you guys just not? If you want to have a conversation with one of those people, just like into that group message or whatever, and I'll even delete it, and sometimes it doesn't matter. It'll just keep popping up for me and stuff, and it's like, God dang it. And then, the same thing, group message between like myself and other people, like friends I know or whatever, and then it'll be like some they've sent it to other people that I don't know, and then I'm getting like a bunch of rando phone numbers commenting and stuff too, and I'm like, oh Jesus. I've done everything I can on my end to turn like group messaging off and things like that. So like whenever I reply, it only goes back to that one person and stuff. But to an extent, there's only so much you can do. It is molding. I hate it too. I hate it. Yeah. I can relate. Why did Diablo revolutionize video games? Because Blizzard used to make awesome games. Done. Yeah. But like I said, usually that's not the case, right? Usually there's like one or two people that decide they want to get into some kind of conversation through that group messaging thing, right? And so it ends up having a bit of back and forth that everybody gets involved. It's like everybody has to deal with it. It's kind of molding. Oh, well, right on. Congrats to your cousin. Yeah. Babies are disgusting. I said it. I don't like, I respect it. I don't find babies cute, dude. They look like little balls of flesh and like meat. I don't think most babies are very cute, dude. I really don't. I know I wasn't. I was an ugly baby. Don't know if I'll ever meet this child. Yeah, I mean that's the way it works quite often. Yeah. 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 I mean, I've got plenty of cousins that I've never met their kids, or I've only seen their kids once, or I'm Kayla. I'm talking personally for me. Babies, all babies are to me. Babies in general are not cute. I don't care, dude. I don't care. I don't find babies cute, dude. It doesn't matter. I mean, whose babies, what babies. Babies are babies. They're not a cute thing to me, man. No way. You can tell me that your family has cute babies all you want, dude. I've yet to come across babies in my entire life that I thought were just you know something that were you know now like once they get like a little bit older, it's a little bit better. But new babies, dude, no way. New babies, like up until they're like at least a year old, nah. Babies aren't cute, dude. I disagree. Agree to disagree. I just can't. I don't see it, man. I don't see it. A lot of people think babies are really cute. I don't, dude. I don't see it. But I'm the same way. I got all kinds of relatives that have had kids and stuff like that that I've never really met. I've never really I've never met, or I've only met like, because again, I left home. I left home as a young adult. I left home before. I mean, I've got a lot of relatives that have never even met my kids, and my kids are pretty old. at this point, they're getting pretty old. I mean, they're not old, but they got some years behind them now. You know, so I don't know. It's kind of weird like that, and especially the fact that like whenever I was growing up, I had a lot of cousins that I was really close with that like I thought I would always be close with, and it's just not the case anymore. You know, so they've got kids I've never met. I've got kids they've never met. It's an odd thing. It's weird. I respect the fact that people think that babies are really cute. It's just not my jam, dude. I don't see it. You know what I mean? If somebody was like gonna hold up like like a baby and go, "Do you want to hold this baby or do you want to hold a raccoon?" I'm gonna go raccoon, baby. Give me that trash panda. That trash panda is way cuter than a baby, dude. You know what I'm saying? That's me, dude. Or if somebody was like, "Yo, look, I got this like, 2-month-old baby here. You want to hold this baby, or do you want to hold this bearded dragon right here? I'm gonna go bearded dragon every time, dude. Give me that bearded dragon. Bearded dragon's way cuter than that baby is. That's just that's me. That's just who I am, man. You know, I don't babies are not my jam, dude. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I'm sure your family, Kayla, has beautiful babies. It's not my jam, dude. Yo, WTF even is Disney Star Wars now? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think I mean I've kind of been saying, look, dude, I was not a fan whenever Disney got a hold of like the Star Wars rights and stuff. I was like, oh dude, it's done. It's over for me. I'll never be able to like really take a hard dive into Star Wars ever again. It's too not that Disney hasn't done some cool stuff and everything, but for me, Disney is not my jam. Disney ruined Disney ruined fairy tales. and they like um they turn all this stuff into such a flippin' whimsical, you know, rah rah. It's not for me. And I knew, I grew up watching the original Star Wars trilogy as a kid and loving it, man. I loved it so much. And to be fair, the ones that came after I was not really a fan of. And then they got to Disney and I was like, "Oh, this is the end of it. This is the end of my Star Wars fandom." It wouldn't be able to continue. I knew that Disney would kill it for me, and they have. I've tried to watch so much stuff that Disney's come out with for Star Wars, and it just does not appeal to me at all. All right, this is all we got for today. Kind of a bleak day. Nintendo GameCube rumor leaks Switch remaster of popular RPG. According to a new rumor, a popular RPG on the Nintendo GameCube is getting a remaster on the Nintendo Switch, and this remaster is coming soon. The catch is the source on this rumor is somewhat dubious. However, it echoes some previous rumors and reports, potentially lending some credence to its claims. That said, if the rumor is accurate, then Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door is getting a remaster. Ooh. The source claims comes from an anonymous Fama Boards user who claims to have been given this information by 3 different sources, all of which are supposedly developers working on the game and contacted through LinkedIn. All of this raises some red flags. The source in question has proven somewhat reliable and reputable in the past with previous rumors. However, now I have something super excited that I'm aware of. Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door remaster is finally happening and coming out soon, says the leaker. I've been in touch with 3 sources with this. One of them redirected me to the third source, who I hadn't interacted with before, so it was just me cold messaging them on LinkedIn. Because this third source wouldn't acknowledge the release date I had heard from the previous two sources, I'll just leave it as coming soon. Unfortunately, this is the extent of the rumor. We don't know when this will be revealed or released. However, if the game is coming soon, then both of these things have to happen, presumably in the next few months. That said, the problem with soon is it's vague, subjective, and non-committal. Exactly. Yeah, okay, so we'll see. We'll see what soon actually means here. But there'll be a lot of people hyped about that. That was a cool game. Persona 3 Remake and new Jet Set Radio video reportedly leaks online. Sega has yet to formally announced what it's doing with the next entries in the Jet Set Radio and Persona franchises. Seems like plans for both may have leaked out early, since short snippets of an alleged Persona 3 Remake and new Jet Set Radio have made their way online. Yeah, we tried to kind of take a look at the Persona 3 stuff yesterday, but it had already been taken down. Yeah. Yeah, we read about that yesterday. And what about the new Jet Set Radio? So basically, if you want to know more about what the Persona 3 stuff had, look at yesterday's news segment on YouTube. The new Jet Set Radio was also part of that montage and shows the protagonist beat dancing and his skates in a way that far outclasses the Dreamcast original and Xbox sequel. Jet Set Radio was included in a financial call from 2021 as one potential series to reboot, remake, or remaster. A Bloomberg report from April 2022 noted that Sega was indeed making a big budget Jet Set Radio as part of its Super Game initiative. Jet Set Radio artist Ryuta Ueda also returned to Sega in 2021 after a long hiatus from the gaming industry and said he was going to focus on making games again. Sega Bits followed up and noted that it had received similar leaked images from a survey in 2022. Okay, let's see what comes of it. There's pretty good information on both sides for Jet Set coming, a new Jet Set, and Persona 3 remake. So, nothing official yet. Grain of salt there on both of those, but we'll keep track, and as soon as we get something official, then we'll see it. I'm sure we'll dive into it. If you guys want to take a look at the article here, get some more info on that Persona 3 stuff. If you didn't catch yesterday's news segment, there it is. Resident Evil Village removes controversial feature on PC. A new update has been released for RE Village on Steam, removing the game's controversial de novo. Yep, we read about this yesterday as well. Yep. So de novo sucks. It usually causes issues on about every single game that it comes out with. If you don't know what de novo is, it is anti-piracy software, is what it is. Anti-tampering software. So makes it to where it's supposed to make it to where it's much harder for people to pirate or steal games and stuff like that. But quite often it ends up resulting in significant performance issues as well. We read about this yesterday also, but if anybody had been having issues with RE Village, the de novo has been removed on Steam at this point. So if you're having issues playing the game on Steam previously, you might be able to give it a shot now, and it could be playing a little bit better at this point. We read about this yesterday also. One second, guys. All right, Gamescom opening night live 2023 gets a date. The summer of video games isn't starting yet. We already have the date for Gamescom opening night live, annual video games trade show and fan event held in Cologne, Germany. European E3, but unlike E3, which is canceled again this year, I don't think E3 will ever happen again. Gamescom is on for 2023. Yeah. August 22nd. For now, just mark the calendar. We don't really have any details. I mean, we're still like, what? 4 months away, a little over 4 months away from this. So, just know, August 22nd, this is like that time period from early to mid-June all the way through mid-August, where it's just a ton of gaming stuff, and this is a big one we'll catch as well. Yeah. Xbox Series X users can finally play popular horror game after 2-year wait. After first coming to PC and then PS4 and PS5 and then Switch, Xbox One, Series X, and S owners can finally play a popular horror game, one of 2021's best games as of today. If you haven't booted up your Xbox console yet and checked out the news section, Inscription is finally available after a 2-year wait. Oh, yo, this game is insane. It's so good. For those that have never heard of this game, Inscription is a roguelike deck building game with horror elements published by Devolver and developed by Daniel Mullins Games, the latter known for his indie hits Pony Island and The Hacks. It originally debuted in 2021 via the PC and to an 85 on Metacritic. Come to the end of 2021, it won multiple Game of the Year awards and sold over 1 million copies in a few months. Since then, come to PS4 and PS5, then Switch, and now Xbox One and Series X and S. Unfortunately, its Xbox release was not accompanied by a Game Pass release. This game is amazing. It's so good. On Xbox One and Series X and S, Inscription runs at $20, the same price the game costs on other platforms. For this, you get a game that is 12 to 22 hours long, depending on your playstyle. What the game's file size is on Xbox console, its Xbox listing doesn't say, but it should be a humble size. Quick and easy download, judging by its file size on other platforms. Yeah, very good game. If you want to watch the trailer, check it out. We've streamed it here on our channel. Amazing, amazing game. Very good. Microsoft signs 10-year cloud gaming agreement with EE. All right. And that's what we get. Microsoft and at EE are expanding our partnership with a 10-year commitment in cloud gaming to bring PC games built by Activision Blizzard following the acquisition and Xbox to at EE customers. We're committed to bring more games to more people however they choose to play. However they choose to play, as long as they aren't choosing to play on play. Look, man. This is, you know what's so funny about this? This is a bunch of PlayStation fans. They're throwing a fit, is what this is. And then, like, the same thing will happen, though. This is what's funny. There's a bunch of PlayStation fans throwing a fit about Xbox not making every one of their games available for PlayStation. The same thing happens on the other side, though. You'll get, like, announcements come out from PlayStation about their proprietary titles and games they don't release on Xbox, and you get all the Xbox fans throwing a fit on their social media, It's like, it happens on both sides. And so, this is just the way that the console wars work, man. There's proprietary titles. There are some titles that aren't proprietary, though. I mean, they make some titles, but this is the way it works. They're latest and greatest. They do that. That's part of the play. That's a business centric kind of decision to be made there. And so, you get these Sony fans that want some of these Xbox games and stuff like that are going to throw a fit. All right. All right. Well, there's another 10-year deal from Microsoft. Xbox Game Showcase Starfield Direct details seemingly leaked. So, Xbox Game Showcase and Starfield Direct is going to be at June 11th, 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock Pacific. So, that's actually going to be noon for us. Noon to 2 p.m., June 11th. I'll go ahead and just bookmark this, but that's what we need to know. Yeah, this isn't official out of Microsoft, but if this is if this is in fact the date and time that Microsoft is planning, they'll probably come out and just go ahead and state it and confirm it pretty soon. So I'm not going to bookmark this yet because it's not official, but we knew it was going to be somewhere right around there. And once we do get the official, then I'll bookmark it. Buy two, get one free sale includes PS5 controllers, recent AAA games, and plenty more. GameStop's currently holding a buy one, get one free sale on pre-owned games and accessories. Has just about anything you could think of. GameStop has kicked off one of the largest buy two, get one free sales ever. Promotion is largely limited to pre-owned and refurbished games and accessories, but that's just about the only stipulation. Whether you're shopping for Switch, PS5, or Xbox Series X and S, there's a good chance the game you're looking for is available. If GameStop carries the game, it's included in the sale. So the vast majority of games and accessories up for grabs are pre-owned and refurbished, but there are a select new clearance products up for grabs too. The promotion isn't limited to games for current console platforms. GameStop's selection of Nintendo 3DS, DS, and retro games are eligible too. You'll want to use GameStop's search bar to find specific items or use the search filters to narrow down the list from the 6,000 plus products to the platform you're looking for. You can click the links below to browse pre-arranged filters that you may be interested in. The rest of this is just trying to help you determine what you might be looking for. But if you want that, there it is in chat, all right? QuakeCon 2023 makes its triumphant return August 10th. All right. Today, after 4 years, Bethesda has announced that QuakeCon 2023 is officially returning to an in-person event format. This event is and will always be a huge part of my life. After attending the event for years, COVID took the joy of our family connecting with the amazing team at Bethesda and the gaming community at the event. Many of the Bethesda team joined gamers in the celebration and made this event a one-of-a-kind showcase. Pete Hines, Hod Toward, Marty Stratton, Hugo Martin, others would not just come to this event for work. They would enjoy the event with fans by taking part in the BYOC card games, tournaments, and more. As Marty Stratton said, this is by far the best gaming gathering in our community. With all that said, this year's QuakeCon will be a ticketed-only event with admittance limited to pre-registered BYOC guests. What this means is the normal general admission access to the event is no longer something the event will be doing. The BYOC is the main focus, so you must pre-register and purchase a ticket to gain access to the event. Secondly, there will be no exhibit hall this time around, but there still... I don't think this writer knows the difference between there, and there. Still will be a Tabletop Village BYOC community events, QuakeCon Finals Party, the Quake World Championships, vendors, and more available in the BYOC. Basically, a consolidation of the event and a great way to welcome gamers back in a big way. Below, you can see a bit more detail of the event and how to acquire tickets and guest passes to the event this year. Yeah, okay. So they got what's going on the 11th, 12th, or excuse me, Tuesday, April 11th, the new BYOC Elite drawing opens. Friday, April 21st, full 21st, full BYOC Premium and Standard registration opens. And then Wednesday, May 10th, the Quake Pro League Spectator registration opens. Okay, here, dude, I didn't mean to do that. Stop that. There you go. Patent expert calls Sony childish, unprofessional for calling rivals inferior in patent applications. The company has been doing it for more than a decade, he claims. This is hilarious. Florian Mueller, who has been working as a patent activist and analyst for more than 20 years, has criticized the PlayStation manufacturer in the latest post on his blog, Foss Patents, referring to a Game Rant article, which he notes that Sony had recently published a patent application for a universal controller that refers to non-PlayStation products as inferior. Mueller states that not only is this stupid of Sony, also far from the first time it has done this. Sony's patent says the controller could be used on a personal computer, a home entertainment system, so like PS2, 3, or 4, a portable gaming device like the PSP or Vita, or a home entertainment system of a different, albeit inferior, manufacturer. Quote, hat tip to Game Rant, but this is not new, Mueller said in his blog. It's long-standing Sony practice. They've been doing this since at least 2011. It's amazing that no one has discovered this tradition before, and that no patent office told them a long time ago to stop doing that once and for all. He adds, patent applications are not meant to be propaganda instruments for console warriors. Mueller explains that it's common and legitimate for some patents to explain why the invention is superior to what's already available, in order to prove why it should be patented. In that context, there's nothing wrong with discussing specific technical drawbacks, such as inferior performance, higher power consumption, greater memory footprint of particular prior art, earlier inventions, he explains. But calling competitors generally inferior is gratuitous, stupid, childish, and unprofessional, he adds. Even if those manufacturers were inferior, it would not mean that whatever invention a given Sony patent purports to describe, here a universal controller, is by definition innovative and deserving of patent protection. Mueller goes on, if a small company went to the same patent attorneys and wanted them to file patent specifications that contain such an outrageous passage, most patent attorneys would decline to attach their names to it. Yeah. If Sony wants to engage in comparative advertising, it can do so elsewhere. Gamers are not going to make purchasing decisions based on the language Sony uses in its patent applications. He then goes on to cite more than a dozen other instances of Sony carrying out the same practice, saying they're just a sample of other Sony patent applications that contain the words different, albeit inferior, manufacturer with disrespect to competing video game consoles. Concluding, Mueller said, this is not attributable to pride in investorship. It's just insane. Mueller discloses on his blog that Microsoft is one of his clients and that he was a consultant for Blizzard for several years. Microsoft is currently attempting to acquire Activision Blizzard. Yeah, VGC previously reported on another patent application that used the same language. In November 2022, a patent revealed that Sony had been working on NFTs and blockchain technology. They've been submitting all kinds of patents across that realm right now for their company and for their PlayStation console and stuff right now. We've seen a lot of that. In the application, Sony said the systems and technologies described could be used to track the life cycle of digital assets across different hardware platforms, including those of a different, albeit inferior, manufacturer. Yeah, that's pretty gross. Again, you know what this reminds me of is like, it's those people that you'll come across in your life where they blatantly state to your face that they're smart people. Or even sometimes that they are smarter than you, or they're the smartest person in this place, or something like that. They state that stuff because they want you to think that, but really the way it comes off is that you're an idiot. That's the way that comes off when people say that kind of crap. The way that you make people impress upon people your greatness or your intelligence or your superior product or whatever is by letting them experience it, by showing it. Not by, you don't have to tell people. They just know it. They know by getting to experience that from you or experience that from your product or whatever. You don't tell people, you know what I mean? And that's exactly what Sony's doing right here. You know, they're trying to like by trying to tell people that other products are inferior, really it just makes them sound like the exact kind of people that I'm talking about right now. It makes them sound idiotic. That's hilarious. If you guys want more out of this, I don't think there's anything in there you really need, but I'll put it in chat. Last article I have, we'll probably play a little bit of Warframe while we wait on Pinky to get home. So we can start getting back into our co-op Divinity gameplay for the rest of the week. Cool. But if anybody has anything to add, let me know in chat and I'll address it before we move on. Cool. Playing this free interactive Redfall game could win you a custom Xbox Series X from Bethesda. Here's how you could win Redfall-themed Xbox Series X and controller. You could potentially win a Redfall-themed Series X and controller by playing an interactive game on the Bethesda website. News comes from the official Redfall Twitter account, and it reads, explore the island, hunt down the Night Manager, and the new Take Back Redfall interactive adventure. Complete the journey, share your experience for a chance to win a custom Xbox Series X. They've got links to begin your journey, rules, all that stuff. To be eligible to win the Series X and controller, you must be at least 18 years old, have a valid ID, be a legal resident in the U.S. and the District of Columbia, Belgium, Canada, Finland, France, Germany, Ireland, the Netherlands, New Zealand, Norway, Sweden, Switzerland, or the UK. To enter the sweepstakes, you must first play through the interactive game. Once you reach the game's final screen, you'll need to click the share button, then post your results on either Twitter or Facebook. Gross. Hashtag sweepstakes and take back Redfall. Okay. 2 winners will then be selected on May 3rd, 2023. Both winners will receive 1 prize alongside 2 additional prizes from a random sponsor draw. For information on the rules, be sure to read the official PDF. For more Redfall news, check out our story on Microsoft stating they didn't pull any games from PlayStation and how a series of events affected the game's development. Okay, so if you want to get in on this, here you go. Dude. There you go. Check that out. That's what I got, man. That's what I got. Kind of a quick news day today. Appreciate you guys. We'll start getting ready for some gaming stuff, and I don't know. We'll do some probably some Warframe while we wait on Pinky, and then we'll get into the Divinity stuff here in a little bit once he gets here. But I appreciate you guys. Good news segment. It's just short. It happens sometimes. We had like a long news segment yesterday, especially because I was gone for the entire weekend, and then when I got back, we were having to like catch up from the entire time I was gone. So I guess maybe having today be a bit bleak and short wasn't necessarily a bad thing, as opposed to then having today be a little bit shorter of a news segment. So that's all right. It's all right. But I appreciate you guys being a part of it. And I don't know. We'll go move on to doing the gaming thing. So if anybody is getting to check out the content, this video gaming news segment as a VOD or a highlight on either the Twitch channel or YouTube, we've got all kinds of other stuff out there, gameplay episodes and playthroughs and clips and highlights of funny stuff that's happened, or other video gaming news segments, which we do to start off every single one of the streams 7 days a week. Then, and you're enjoying it, come hang out with us when we go live at 6 a.m. CST. And we start all of the streams off with video gaming news before we dive into whatever content we have, gaming content we have planned for the rest of the day. Other than that, stay healthy, stay safe, be kind, and I will catch everybody tomorrow for April 12th edition of Video Gaming News. Cool?